Thank you for joining us, and welcome to the Northern BC Gamer. We're a group of gamers doing a playthrough of Paizo's Starfinder Adventure Path Drift Crashers. Tonight's episode picks up with the drifters en route to rendezvous with their twins from the Oh, ha ha ha. Tonight's episode takes place as the crew wake up from an odd night of dreams to find their ship invaded by unwanted visitors with some sinister intentions. With our first 5 episodes behind us, first campaign journal has been posted to the channel. I don't think there's any specific spoilers in said recording, but my players should watch it with spoiler warnings in mind, unless they want to risk potentially ruining some of what lies ahead. For everyone else, I'll be using these journals to discuss development and planning behind my run through the adventure path, from NPCs to story beats. If that's something you're interested in, you'll be able to find it on our YouTube channel in the Campaign Journals playlist. Any comments or questions made on our videos will be read and, if I have the time, responded to. If you enjoy this kind of content, please give the video a like and follow the channel to continue enjoying the adventures of the band. That done, it's almost time to dive into tonight's session. But before we begin, we'll go around the table and introduce ourselves. My name is Darren, and I'm the game master of this motley crew. Around our table, we have the Drifters. Playing Crumb, the Fire Orange Skittermander, lighting and pyrotechnician, we have the other Darren.
Yeah, my name's Darren. I play my character, Salacious Crumb. Playing a mechanic class on the pyrotechnics.
Next, in the role of the famous halfling drummer, Damien Flair Fast Hands, is Todd.
Hey everybody, my name's Todd. I'm playing Damien, like I said. Glad to be here. Looking forward to this session. Thanks.
As the band's human songwriter and vocalist, Strange Ed Jankowitz, we have Zane.
Another one rides the bus.
Shredding it up on lead guitar as the Kyle Umbra, we have Catherine.
Good evening, everyone.
And last but not least, on loan from the Planning Phase Syndicate X-Wing podcast, we have JJ playing Achilles Troy, the human cyborg, on keyboards.
It turns out I know how to kill enemies in more than 10,000 languages.
And now, straight into the episode. You float in the vacuum outside a small space station, with only the stars for company. You stretch out your hand and enter a passcode, Harmony, into an access panel. The airlock opens soundlessly, and you scuttle inside. Your boots hit the floor, a sharp and sudden return to gravity's embrace. Something waits within this station. Something important, but you can't remember what it is. Have you dreamed about this place? Is that why it feels so familiar? Nothing hinky yet, Z yawned over her shoulder at Crumb from the science station. Scans are clean. You sure about this? I could just set an alarm, she offers. Crumb blinks his eyes, as his old friend's timely question kept him from more than merely dozing. He spun his chair to face her, the sleek lines of their counterparts' craft hanging lazily in space outside the canopy behind him, the red surface of Akaton spinning below. Greasy, was all he had to say to bring the shudder up her mechanical spine. The Skittermander's description of his twin had been vivid. Right, she said, straightening in her seat. Running the scan again. Elsewhere on the ship, the drifters dream in their sleep. Ed tosses relentlessly in his sleep, his mind unsettled by the encounter with his twin, and left racing. Darkness surrounds you. You look up to see the stars and constellations incongruent little families of burning stars. The asteroids of the diaspora glitter beautifully above. In front of you stands a tall marble statue of a woman with long hair, long limbs, and a long dress billowing around her feet. Her butterfly wings spread triumphant and wide behind her. You know her. Did you dream about her? Did you dream about this place? Are you dreaming now? Your ears wake you at the sound of an oddly familiar music, your mind percolating with lyrics. Rick and Flair slung swords and spells against the Chronomancer in mock virtual combat. Dude, we haven't played this in an age, the Vesk technician crowed enthusiastically as he laid low another of the Time Wizard's minions. You used to hate Chronomancer, a soft slur making its way into his speech. What's the sudden need to load this old up? Just needed time to practice, came Flair's slick response, as a bolt of energy flew from his fingertips to arc past a cluster of minions and strike this Chronomancer in the chest. Sweet. Hear the pressure on him, buddy, Rick said, his words slurring as his vision began to blur slightly. He's trying some new spell, brah. His vision blurred for a moment before sharpening once more as he focused his attention on the Time Wizards. The battle continued on hectically, his blade becoming a blur as he fought through minion after minion. Unnoticed, amidst the frantic melee, Flair removed his virtual headset with a sly smile. We ready? The halfling asked, looking down at the unconscious, mumbling technician. He never felt it, Edwina responded with a smile as she straightened up from where she crouched behind the Vesk's chair, patting Rick softly on the head with one hand while tucking a medical syringe away with the other. Turning to grin wickedly at her captain, she nodded. We're in position. Excellent, the halfling grinned back, stepping towards the door. Follow me for more tips on how to quietly take over an adversary's starship. While the computer aspects of his brain replay, reanalyze, and recalculate the events of the evening, the human half of Achilles' brain drifts lazily in sleep. You step into a medical lab, perhaps aboard a starship or a space station. There are no windows. The walls are cold steel. You make your way towards the back of the lab with confidence, as though you've been here before. You open a drawer next to a computer console and find a stash of healing serums. How did you know that you'd find them? Why does this space station feel so familiar? Alert! Stimulate adrenaline production. Enable defensive roll Delta 7. Achilles heard the frame of his bunk crack as he hit the floor, his cybernetic arm and leg having thrown him into motion before he'd even woken from his dream. I analyzed your tactics, he said matter-of-factly as he noted his twin's ostentatious footwear. An ambush was obvious. Cradled in the cool embrace of Nephia's arms when she drifted off to sleep, Umbra's mind drifted lazily through the multiverse, touching on different worlds, different places, different times, until finally the soft embrace of sleep pulled her from her wanders. You stand in a server room, surrounded by computers and monitors. It's crowded and uncomfortable, but you know it's important to be here, to find out what's on these computers. You scroll through files and images dated over a century from now, for a future that hasn't happened yet. But that's not what you're looking for. There's something hidden here. The computer can't see it, but you can. You know it's there. You've always known. And as you peer at the muddled files on the computer screen, you scratch lazily at the arm, or at your arm, distractedly, as you feel something brush across it. It was the second flutter of sensation that roused you. Nephia, you thought, your mind racing back to consciousness. The tap was a signal during your meditation training. Wake up. Your eyes opened to shadows erupting from the corner of the room, and the rush of an eerily familiar shape hurtling across the darkness. Sprawled out like a small, rainbow-highlighted island of leather in the middle of his bunk. Flair snored, sleeping deeply, the stress of the evening having taken its toll. You stand aboard a space station. You know, but don't recognize. On an unfamiliar bridge you've somehow seen before. Monsters lurk here, unseen. But they weren't always monsters. A purple creature with ancient, decaying wings, delicate like those of a butterfly, once rainbow-colored, but now mottled and filled with holes, lurches towards you, clumsy and slow, far different from the priests they once were. It tears the world away from you, pulling apart everything. You've seen this before, but you can't remember where. Was it a dream? Was it real? As the world falls away from you, plunging you into the abyssal void, a single sound rings out. The ragged, tortured wail of a lone saxophone echoing through the Primorata's brilliantly acoustic corridors. Everybody, roll for initiative. As I pull up the initiative order and bring up the map for you. Oh, hang on a sec. I have to tell it I'm the GM. And let me clear it off from last time, apparently.
Does that mean we get new roles?
Yep.
I thought I wasn't asleep. Am I still dreaming, or am I still watching over the ship?
You are still on the bridge with Z.
See,
Seconds,
yeah.
I'll bring up the map here for you, if it will let me. Woohoo. There we go.
Looks like our turn order skipped again or something.
I think because we chaps, that's why I was waiting.
Yeah.
So we gotta roll again?
No, I've got you on there. I've got you, Flair, Umbra, and...
We can't see player side
Yeah, I'm
because
just
you changed.
seeing.
Let me just pull
Yeah.
it back up again. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah.
There.
No,
No.
it's still just Flare.
You can, as the GM, see tokens in the initiative order that are on a different map, but we can't.
All right, you got me grumbled.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me give me a sec to tell the tokens that you're theirs, or they're yours. And to do that, I need to grab the right tool. All right, you should have Crumb now, Darren. Who else am I looking for?
No, I've always been able to control it, but I can't see the initiative order. It's just strange.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I see too.
So you got to roll again, or I rolled a 15, I think, last time.
Okay, give me a sec. to
You can just
remember
roll
that.
again and edit.
Yeah, if you want to do that, that works. Just throw another roll in there, Darren, and I will. We're going to trash that one, and we're going to change that to...
Yeah, now they're coming up.
Yeah.
I don't see me on there.
All right, so fire up. Pop one in there, Zane. Oh, that flare. All right, I've got the 4 of you on there. How's everybody else?
Yeah, it looks good.
Excellent.
All 4 of us are on screen.
I'm feeling like there should be 5.
You're
Yeah,
still
there
missing
should be.
Psych
Oh,
for
yeah,
JJ.
okay. That's right. I'll just add him manually. 1501.
If we both rolled the same initiative, who goes first?
Just pick.
It'll be based
Yeah.
on
Like-
who's
like-
got the higher bonus, but if the bonus is the same too, it's just kind of pick and choose between you two. All right, and I'm gonna pull up the bad guys.
Like we both got, I got both 1 dex, right?
Yeah. You're both
Whenever he
players,
sorts
so you
it.
can just decide amongst yourself.
Yeah, I'm not. Too
Well,
bad.
whenever he sorts it, it'll put one of you first.
Yeah.
Okay, since I'm still awake, maybe I should go first or something.
You guys are all awake. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had you all roll for initiative.
Okay. So we dreamed that we were being aborted?
Nope. You dreamed what you dreamed. I just have to switch layers so that I should have had their initiative pre-rolled. All right, there's Mr. Salacious. And let's find little Damien. Find a home for him. Come here. There you go. All right, where's little Damien? There's little Damien. Strange Edwina. And last but not least, the Dark Umbra.
Are only you supposed to be seeing these rolls? Or?
At the moment, because their tokens are still on the GM layer. But some of
Gotcha.
them get moved up. I'm not going to worry about the Raptile. He is doing his own thing with the Raptile. The ones of you folks that you can see the other side of the map so that I can zoom in a little bit and still see you folks. There we go. All right, well, order this in the correct order from top to bottom. And Flair, you wake up, and as all of you wake up, you hear the comm system kick in with the sound of a saxophone wailing away, melodically, not just screechingly, horribly bad, but playing a tune that you vaguely remember, you think, from your dream. Now you're not sure. He may have been playing it while you were sleeping, but the tune faintly echoes it. And you, Flair, hear something ping against the door of your room. And you hear a couple extra faint pings outside in the hall. What are you doing?
I will draw out my pistol just in case, and move to the door to look out the hallway.
All right. You poke your head out the hallway, and you see smoke everywhere. Like you can't see 5 feet in front of your face. It starts billowing into your room. Very aggressively. It's like it's being sprayed in from floor level.
Okay. And do I have? I probably don't have my armor on right yet, right? Correct. Since we're sleeping.
Presumably not.
Okay. I will close the door, run back in. Will attempt to put on my armors on it as quickly as possible to put on so I can get environmental protections going just in case.
All right. So that'll take a round. That's just light armor.
Yeah.
I presume. Anyway.
So that's what I'll be doing this round.
All right. Which of the Achilleses is this? This is the Dark Achilles. Achilles with a 2 1s and a 5 rather than a, what is it, a 1 and a 3? Or 2 1s and a 3. Either way, Achilles, you see your twin kind of standing over you. His cybernetic arm, the entire lower arm and fist of it is covered in what looks like huge extended metal plates that make it look a lot more like a gauntlet. And he has just put his fist through the section of the bed that you're sure was where your head was when your body threw you off your cybernetics, and the computer part of your brain realized what was going on and finished its analysis and threw you into a defensive roll that landed you on the floor. You're currently prone, but you did not get smashed in the head. What would you like to do? Oh, no, this is his turn. He looks down at you and says, I figured you'd detect the attack. The risk had to be taken. And he pulls that gauntlet back up, and it looks like he's going to try and give you a solid haymaker. Figure which one's you. People scroll all around my screen here, and he heaves back this heavy gauntlet and drives it down towards you as he takes half a step back. And what is your KAC? It is way higher than he rolled, so don't worry about that. His fist slams into the front edge of your bed as you kind of roll forward, and he tips forward a little bit to kind of step over you. And that will bring us to Dark Flare. He's going to start moving out. Well, he'll wait. He'll hold his action until the appropriate time. won't be long. Next, we have...
I think JJ said he had some problems on his end.
yeah, that's all right. It wasn't actually his turn. It was his twin's turn. The other crumb moves over there. And that will bring us to your turn, Crumb. You start having some alarms go off, smoke alarms.
I was wondering about that, and I look
in
at
the
the...
atrium.
Okay, the first thing I do before I check the computer is I instruct the Z to go on sentry mode and to watch my back.
You got it, boss.
I'll make a computer's check to try and cycle the atmosphere here.
Alrighty. Make me a computer's check. 25 ought to do it. You kick in the fans onto high gear and start cycling out some of the smoke. That's not a problem. Anything else you wanted to do?
I guess I'll make a scan for... I don't know. I'll ready my own pistol.
All right.
And I
what's going on? The scans were clean.
I think the other Umbra witch warped herself onto the ship. Or they fooled our sensors somehow.
That makes sense, I suppose. They are you. She pulls out a pistol. She's kind of... Her eyes are scanning between the 4 doors to the bridge.
Is the other chrome on the screen? I can't see.
Not that you guys know where... Not that anybody has eyes on.
Okay, then that's my turn, I guess.
All right. JJ. We'll make that you. Because I skipped you by accident.
He might still not be back on yet, so
Yeah, he's not in Discord at the moment.
he's not
Oh,
in
okay.
Discord. So I just
Okay,
push him
no
to
worries.
the end.
Yep, no worries.
Have him
We'll,
hold. He delays.
What does he do? Oh, he's going to try and give this guy a shove to get him away so that he can get to his feet. So let me pull up Achilles. And we're going to use whatever attack he happens to have handy here. Not a full attack. He does take a penalty on this roll. Well, kind of. He's going to roll above the guy's KAC, and I'm pretty sure that might do it. All right, Achilles gives his, oh no, that's only a 10. That's not what I thought it was. Alrighty, attempts to give his evil twin a shove to kind of get him out of range, but unfortunately doesn't manage to push him back, leaving his evil twin to... Ooh, fortunately he does not have an attack of opportunity because he's using an unwieldy weapon. So Achilles does manage to get to his feet. So that'll be his round, and that will bring us to Strange, Edwina, and Flare. So they do that. Umbra, you awake to see your evil twin seemingly materializing out of the shadows in the corner of your room,
She's not even.
lunging towards you.
Umbra will step forward and in Shadow Tongue will address her very forcefully. Aitsunar cards. What is the meaning of this nonsense? This is not how we behave. We don't take orders from anyone. Why are you following this captain, trying to tell you to attack us? Knock this off. We can resolve this in other means.
She,
There's no need for either of us here to get hurt.
she comes up short, eyes locking with yours. She says, "Who says I'm taking orders from anyone? They
Then
have
let's
their
resolve this in
own
another way.
objectives."
What is your goal here?
My goal? She leans her head to the side, looks past you. She's my goal here.
Did you think to ask her? You can't just take things. Or people.
Can't just take things. That's a good one. You do come from a sad, pathetic little corner of the multiverse, don't you? This shouldn't be hard then. You see her reverse the grip on her knife. That she slips out of her out of the shadows around her. Doing anything else?
No.
Okay.
I just hold my hands up. I'm not going to attack you.
You hold up your hands, and we switch to Ed. You awake in your bed to the sound of the saxophone, and what you doing?
There's no alarm thing or anybody called for any help.
Nope, not yet.
Assume that we without our armor on. Do when I wake up is put it just to have environmental protections on. So I'll do that.
Okay.
I'm in no particular hurry. I have no leave
Yeah, there's nobody, trying
going
to
on yet.
punch you in the face.
Nobody
or
in my
anything,
room.
So, yep. Okay. Sounds good.
Up and get dressed.
In front of you, Nefia or Umbra, your twin's eyes narrow. And they flick over your shoulder towards Nefia. Says, "How could you fall for this one? So pathetic." And she reaches up with her offhand to attempt to grab you by the throat, Umbra. Oh, we didn't give her a melee attack. That was silly of me. There we go. Ooh, she definitely misses. She makes a grab for you, but you deftly slip out of the way, and her hands get tangled a little bit in the robe you were sleeping in, leaving her slightly off balance. And we're back up to you, Flair, at the top of the round. You have gotten your armor on, shrugging into it, and activating your environmental protections.
Yep.
So it is it is venting. How long would that take? The smoke, I mean.
We'll see when somebody steps in the hall.
Okay. I am going to
It's only been about
cast
6 seconds.
this spell, Distant Speech.
Distance speech, okay.
Making it audible for up to half a mile, 1,000 feet indoors or whatever. I'm just gonna yell really loud. The ship has got smoke in it. Something's going on. Everybody be on alert. And however many people can hear me when I yell that out from that distant speech, and then I will walk out
that'll be
here.
pretty much everybody who's not in the second
Upper
deck.
floor.
I
Okay.
think it's the third deck cargo bay, which is soundproofed for jamming.
Right. So I yell that out, tell everybody be on alert, get ready, something's going on. There's smoke in this near the quarters and in the halls, and then I'll walk out to try to see what's going on, if I can see any further or anything. If not, I'm just planning on heading straight across into this door since I know it's there walk into this room.
All right, that'll be that is the reptiles room.
Yep.
But you step out into the hall, and you can tell the ventilation fans are working overtime because you can see the smoke being sucked into them. But you also see a couple little canisters on the floor still coughing out little bits of smoke. Little, 40 millimeter or 20 millimeter grenade size little canisters, like you would, stick in a little grenade launcher.
Okay.
And you hear some cackling.
So when I see the canisters, I'll be like, because the duration lasts 10 minutes per level on that spell.
Yep.
I'll be like, this isn't normal smoke, it's an attack. Get weapons ready. Let's go.
You hear that high-pitched cackling from the deck above, and see their salacious crumb cackling away on the deck above you, and he kind of hops up onto the rail, smiles down, and pulls out this little double-barreled grenade launcher with a couple of oversized grenade canister cartridges on the bottom, and he lets out another wild cackle and fires a grenade at you.
Okay. That's at me.
Yep, that's at you.
And where is he?
He is... Did I not put him on the right layer?
I don't see him, but
there we go. Now he's on your layer. He's up.
Oh, he's shooting down. He's shooting down through that. Okay.
Yep, he fires down at you. And let me grab his launcher. There we go. Oh yeah, he puts a grenade right between your feet. I'm going to get you to make me a reflex save as the sticky bomb grenade goes off.
19.
That will be... Oh, that should be enough. Give me a sec. Yep, that is enough. You managed to hop through the open door across the hallway is basically how you avoid that.
Yeah, just leap down through here into this room.
The door
where I was
does
planning
happen
on
to be
going.
open, which is why you were confused in the first place. Shit, something going on.
Yeah.
But yes, this whole area over here explodes in sticky bombness. Let me...
Yeah, I was already trying to head that way, so as the grenade comes down, I just jump through into Reptile's room.
You leap through into the Reptile's room, come up in a bit of a roll up against the side of his desk, and hear a tussle going on. and look over and see the two reptiles going at it pretty seriously with each other.
Okay. That's my turn.
At which point, looks like JJ is back. You have managed to get up to your feet. Your opponent, or your twin, has a huge gauntlet on his cybernetic arm. Looks like it was probably implanted into the arm itself, kind of spring load out. But
That's it. Make him encumbered.
yep, he's taking big, huge haymaker type swings. He doesn't look like he does anything else, which falls in lines with his tactics from the night before. A little bit sneaky. He's got to keep something. He's keeping something in reserve, you think, but he's just going full on at you with this thing, and he kind of circles you a little bit as you get to your feet. And he says, "My other friends will deal with your."
I tried to time his swing in order for me to try to take out the legs underneath him, and try to use the weight of his swing against them, so that way I can knock him down to the floor.
All right, sounds good. So you are going to fight defensively, we'll say. So he will take a swing at you. Hey, I even clicked on the right one.
You want me to do athletics?
Nope, this is just an attack roll from him. What is your KAC?
It is 11.
11, all right. He does connect with that swing.
Okay.
His last couple weren't so good. First one, he thought you were sleeping. Well, you were sleeping. And the second one, he just rolled poorly. You managed to get up to your feet. But he does clock you with this thing, and it hits like a truck. He does 6 points of damage. And that will bring us to their Crumb, who is going to dance around this way. And he's still got his grenade launcher out. He hasn't done anything else. He is jabbering away. You can hear him jabbering away something on his comm flare. And that brings us to you, JJ. You
Right.
you may make a your attack roll. And see if you can manage to trip him as you kind of time your swing as best you can. Oh, you have to switch to the attack tab.
Oh, yeah.
All right, your first swing, he steps over. Looked like he fully expected it. The follow-up, however, you managed to catch him and take a little bit of a slice out of his good leg, and brings a little bit of an irritated grimace to his face. He takes another step back. He says, picking away bit by bit. Let's see which tactic wins the day. And Crumb.
We shall see.
The detectors say they've almost cleared out the smoke. You've heard the shout from from Flare. Everybody has heard the shout from Flare.
I was like, oh, jeez, like, say it, don't spray it, like I muttered to myself. I checked the computers. I noticed looks like they're using the lift. Two of them are.
You do. You pick up that the lift has been activated.
I tell Z to go look at the right, keep watch of the right stairs. And I want to move over to the left ones and rig up a sticky bomb grenade across the stairs.
Alrighty. Make me an engineering check. Alright. Just make a little X where you want to set it up. That's not a problem. You pull it out. You had it wired just for this such occasion. Perfect. You string that bad boy up. Z gets herself in position. She's watching up, but she keeps checking these doors just in case. And that will bring us to these two. What am I doing with them? They come out of the elevator. And they don't come out on that floor, though. They come out on this floor, and Edwina will go this way. Flare will go this way. And you finish rigging up your tripwires there, Crumb, and you hear the doors at the top of the bridge open, at which point Z fires a shot up the stairs, and you hear the ricochet of the round as it pings off and out into the corridor. You hear Edwina say, "Watch where you're pointing that thing, Z. Might hurt someone. You wouldn't want to get hurt, would you, Z?" Crumb, you see Flare slip through the door, and they kind of slip up onto the upper bridge. Says, "Oh, it's just the cute little fuzzy one and his friend. You should give up now, Crumb. You don't want to be in trouble. Punishment's a bitch. You don't want that."
Is that what you did to my other self? Is that why he's that? I'll never become like that.
Oh, no, my friend. He's the Punisher. You don't want him on your bad side. See, that's the difference between you and us. You're soft. He's greasy. Gives the bridge, and there doesn't need to be any blood. What do you say?
I say come and get it.
You heard him, Eddie. Guess we gotta take it. Umbra. That brings us, I believe, to you.
Yep. So there, get my words together. So you knew a nephew in this world as well. Where's she at?
You see her eyes flare with anger for a moment, and it takes her a second or two to seem to get control. Her nostrils flare a little bit, and then her eyes go very, very cold. She says, "The Aslanti attacked the halls. She was there. Daddy wouldn't let her go. Looks like Daddy didn't let her go for you either.
Yeah, we kind of escaped our own way. I'm sorry to hear that it didn't work out for you.
Looks like
It
you
is
might have a
unfortunate.
second chance.
I mean, that's up to her. If that's her choice, I won't stand in the way. But there's no need for this violence.
She leans her head to the side, looks past you at Nefia, says, "What do you say? She's not even willing to fight for you. Come back with me. You know you want more than this," she says, looking at you in disdain.
I'll just continue to hold myself up. Her words can't chop me down.
Ed, what you doing? You may be muted. Oh, did we lose Ed?
Possibly. Yep.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
There we go.
Had to reconnect. We're on to you, Ed. Assuming you're not muted. There you go. I think I heard you.
Here now?
Yep, there we go.
So I got my environmental suits. I heard the. I'll grab my rifle and head out to the hallway here.
All right. You poke your head into the hallway, and you can see smoke that is the ship's environmental systems seem to be working overtime to clear out of the hallway. There's this whole section of the hallway is covered in sticky bomb spray, and you hear a cackling just above you on the floor above. This door over here is open, as is the door next to you, and you can see a pair of Achilles tangling inside. One has his sword in one hand, and the other one has a huge gauntlet in the other, in his cybernetic hand. And
If I can
appropriately, a
see them,
goatee.
if I can see them, I'll finish my movement to move into the doorway here to get a good shot to try and help out next round.
Yeah, not a problem. You snuck out your door, listened to the cackling above you, poked your head around the corner, and heard the tussling. So not a problem. You put yourself in that position. You can see from there. You can see Flare just inside the reptile's door, and you can hear some scuffling from that side as well. The snarls and growls of two angry Vesk. And your counterpart, Nefia, continues to look over your shoulder. She seems to have a great amount of confidence in her eyes as she's looking past you to Nefia, holding out a hand. And Nefia pulls herself up into a little bit more of a sitting position on the bed and looks past you and says, "I like this, Nefia, just fine, dear. I'm very sorry for what happened to you, but this is where I belong, not wherever you're from. And your counterpart, again, you see emotion flare up inside of her eyes, and she mutters, not loud enough for nephew to hear, perhaps, but definitely loud enough for you to hear, that she says, "Don't know what's good for you. I'll give it to you anyway." And she moves to shove you out of the way as forcefully as she can. Again, not enough. You managed to keep your footing, despite being kind of backed up against the bed a little bit. You gave yourself as much room as you could when you initially stood up. She manages to do a little more than push you back, maybe a half a step. But she hasn't actually brought her knife to bear yet. And that will bring us to the flare.
Okay. Yeah, Damien Flare is going to. I'm just going to attempt to shoot at the bad reptile that's tussling with the others, with our reptile.
Make me a perception check.
Okay. 1 moment. Ooh.
Unlike pretty much all of the rest of you,
These are identical.
Their reptile looked as, even during dinner, you guys couldn't really see any difference. They were finishing each other's sentences. They were dressed exactly the same. And you're, it's the classic, which one do I shoot? Which one do I shoot? Which one do I shoot situation. Because you have no idea which one's yours. Neither of them have given any sign. They're both focused solely on each other. You can see the drug-fueled haze in their eyes, completely bloodshot. They're swinging wildly at each other, sending each other flying across the room.
Cool. So let's see. I mean,
you
I'm
hear
gonna.
the cackling from up above across the atrium.
This is fine. I'm going to take a full attack. I'm going to shoot one at each of them.
All right.
The pistol I have just does like subdual damage. It doesn't do permanent damage. It's like it's a mercy pistol illuminator, so it just does like knockout damage is what
damage.
I'll just non-lethal both. I'll just start shooting both of them until they're both down.
Okay.
So the first shot will go at the top one, and the second shot will go at the bottom one.
Okay.
If that works for you.
Yep.
Probably hit the bottom one. Maybe, but missed the top. Whoever's on the top and bottom of the tussling.
All right. One of them gets shot and snarls a little bit, growls, lunges right back into the fray. Leaping towards you. The other one comes right up off the wall and slams into the other one, brings him down on top of the desk, sending splinters everywhere. And their tussle continues.
Cool.
At which point the manica wielding version of Achilles sends a quick glance over his shoulder. Says, you're a lurker too, just like Eddie. Think your friend's gonna help you here, do you, bud? He smiles at you, Achilles, and says, "If he's anything like Edwina, he's gonna go down in one." And he hauls up and he aims another full-on haymaker right at your chest. Looks like he's going to try and knock the wind out of you if he can. At least that appears to be his goal. And that's a 23, so that would be a hit for 6 points of damage. As his fist slams you pretty solidly in the chest. Doesn't knock the wind out of you, but you definitely will feel that one in the morning. And Other Flare and Edwina. Other Flare is at the top of the stairs. He is going to step around the top of the stairs, looking down at you, Crumb. You see his eyes flick around, and he lets out an amused little smile. He says, "Oh, look at that. You two use the same filament for your tripwires. I love it. Consistency. Really, all we want is the ship. I mean, we just want to know about your engines. We want to know how you did it. That's all we want. You give us the codes. You give us the information. You all get to walk away. No blood. What do you say, little man? You be the hero."
Maybe like try relay this over the rest of the crew over comms.
Yeah, you
just reach out.
And turn on the comm system with a quick flick of the controls.
Seems these guys want the plans and see how we did this. They can't see it, but I'm just waving my hands to the ship. They're curious on how we fused our ships. So I'm just a consensus. I'm asking for consensus purposes. Like, should we tell them?
You get a single beep of a flash of a light on the comm relay next to you that you are pretty sure was just a quick tap of a console from the room that Montecito had claimed. That's it. It's the only
Who is
connection.
Montecito?
Montecito is the pirate's first officer.
The spellcaster they had.
They're technomancer.
Is it a message or just
You think it might just be the fact that she wanted to acknowledge that she heard you. She didn't say anything. She just quickly turned on her intercom just tapped it to either just acknowledge the message or who knows.
all right? I don't know what else to say here.
It's all right. That was. I think it's your turn next anyway, so I guess it is kind of.
No, it's Evil Crumb's turn next.
Oh, is it Evil Crumb's turn next? Oh, that's right. It is Salacious' turn next. All right, I am going to quickly put her on the board because she will care what's going on. Okay. Evil Crumb. Evil Crumb prances around up on the upper deck of the atrium a little bit, cackling away to himself, and wheels his grenade launcher back down around, peeks over the side, leans this way, leans that way, carefully sticks his grenade launcher between the bars, squeezes the trigger, and flare, you hear a faint boom, followed by a ping as the grenade initially hits the floor and ricochets up into the wall. As soon as I find the correct sheet for him to fire his grenade at you. Where did you go? There's Salacious. But mouse was hiding on me. There we go. He bounces a grenade off the floor, off the wall over your head, right into the middle of the reptile's room, right into the midst of the three of you as the great tussle is going on, and I'm going to get you to make me a reflex save as there is a huge flash and a bang. And you
Got a
are,
15.
yeah. He catches you in the flash of the grenade, and you are blinded for a round. As are the two reptiles.
Yep.
JJ. You can see over your counterpart's shoulder, you see Ed standing in the doorway. Pistol in hand, I believe.
Is he facing us? Like the
yeah.
back of the other Achilles?
Yeah.
So I try to grab my Achilles after slashing his leg to try to hold him still.
Okay. Use your sword attack for that. See how well you roll. Alright, you're just doing the one attack, so we'll just use the first number with a +4 because you're not taking the penalty for multiple attacks. And yeah, you managed to reach out, grab a hold of the scruff of his collar and kind of yank him into a twist your fist in the cloth and pull him in tight. And you managed to grab a hold of him with that roll. So he is grappled. And Crumb. Flares off and no blood, no guts. Choice might just be up to you.
First, I'll toss a hollow grenade over here and make it appear as a mirror image of myself.
Sorry, where are you tossing?
Sure.
A hollow grenade by the captain's
Okay.
chair here.
Good. I just missed your ping. Perfect. Alrighty. That's not a problem. You kind of flick it out behind you with one of your free arms, and
I creep into the corner over here.
all right. Let me pull out a second Crumb. I'll put it right over here.
And I relay with evil flare there. It's not like it's anything special. Me and a pirate vessel, ours and a pirate vessel, we were tractored together when we both went into the drift. We just sort of merged. We don't have any explanation of ourselves. It's not that difficult, but if you can replicate it.
Make me a diplomacy check.
Not great, not terrible.
Yeah. His response is to look over towards Edwina and say, "Eddie, are you hearing what I'm hearing?" She says, "Well, I'm hearing that they're unnecessary. We just need the ship." Says, "I thought that's what I was hearing." And that's where we will take our 10-minute break. We'll see you guys back here in 10 minutes and continue the story of your guys' midnight visitors. right, and that should bring us to our 10-minute mark.
Yeah, still here. Just been scrolling different grenade effects, really. Just
Yep, that's all right. That's the joy of being you. You get to have fun with that. All right, so assuming everybody else is back, we will begin back in the excitement as we reach Edwina's turn. And
Let's
she,
do it.
from her place back by the door, slips forward towards the command chairs on the upper bridge, kind of pokes her head over the edge, and pulls out her pistol, aiming down at Crumb. Pulls the trigger, sending a shot
is he
down
attacking me?
towards. Oh, she's firing at the hologram. Definitely, she can't see you. She's above you. But you see the shot. The sonic blast of the. I believe it's a sonic weapon, isn't it?
Mine is.
Yeah, she's got the same pulse rack. You guys hear the cacophony of the weapon as it blasts down, and you see the faint effect of the sonic blast on the equipment as it ripples the hologram, and she lets out a few choice words from above as she curses the goddamn Skittermanders. Flair chuckles, says, "He's a sneaky one, just like ours. You watch out, little girl." And Steve fires a shot up towards the position that Edwina moved to, and Edwina ducks her head back. Z says, "Yeah, be careful, little girl." She glances over at you, Crumb, and points directly up towards where she thinks Edwina is. And Montecita steps out of her room, comes face to face with their Salacious, takes a quick step back, and well, nobody's there to see that. Well, you see a bit of a flash of what you assume is magic above you, Ed, in the hallway. Let's see, there's Montecita. Excellent. I did grab the right one. As she cuts loose with a blast of magic that hits the Crumb. There, Crumb. There's 10. He feels the impact as some magic missiles arc away from Montecita and impact him in the chest. And you guys hear over your comms, "Your scruffy little thing is up on the second deck. Everybody sound off. What's going on? Captain, you there?" And that brings... Oh, sorry. That brought us to Umbra. Sorry, I almost skipped over you.
All good.
Umbra.
Umbra will just casually kind of look past Numbra a bit. Just as if looking out at the hallway and hearing the sounds of guns and explosions, just slightly shakes her head. It's like, uh, it's unfortunate the background you've had, the hardship, but we should be working together, not against each other. If you can set your weapon aside, I'd invite you to come with us. We can leave this place together. See what else awaits us in wherever we end up with next. We came here from hell, though, so I can't guarantee everything will be easier. But we can do it together.
Make me a diplomacy check.
Sure.
She turns her gaze back to you. Not so much looking towards Neffy as she's kind of gauging your words, still kind of trying to get past you. You manage to kind of keep yourself in between her and Neffy no matter which way she steps. And she says, is the rest of your universe as soft as you?
Sadly, no. There's hardships everywhere.
And you'd take me with you.
If you wish.
You see a very quick calculation in her eyes. And her eyes kind of flick down over you for a brief moment, taking in your clothes and just you in general, and she says, or your friends could take me with you and not even know. Wouldn't that be easier? I think that would be easier.
The easy route's not the good route. I don't think you could be me.
Oh, honey, I don't think I'd want to be you. You're so soft.
Precisely is what I'm saying. They will know you're not me.
Oh, I think I could fool them. I don't think they're as perceptive as you think. You see her toying with the knife, kind of turning it over and over in her hand. But very definitely keeping it ready, and you can tell she's, well, you can tell she's ready to make a slash. You're not sure whether that slash is going to be a neck or a heart, but you're pretty sure there's going to be one coming. But she's still not quite ready to act yet. That will bring
Sounds
us
good.
to Ed.
All right.
Achilles has grabbed his evil twin, and is definitely holding him in a position to give you an edge on your shot if you wish to take it.
Yep. First, I'm gonna say that's right, Achilles. Get him. Having the effect of a mechanical.
Yep.
+1 in the game now. And I'll take a shot.
Alrighty. That is a hit. Doing the 4 points of damage. he grunts as the shot hits him pretty square in the back, and kind of lurches forward a half a step from the blow, and kind of turns to look over his shoulder. He says, just like Eddie. Sneaky. Underhanded. Stabbing people in the back. And that will bring us to Flair. You hear the sound of Strange Ed's rack-a-rack go off. You're still blinded. You can hear, but you can't see.
Right. So Flair uses his distance speech and says, "Yes, Montecito, I hear you. Everybody on the ship, destroy these intruders. They're not meant to be here. Take them out. And Crumb, you little bastard, I'm trying to take out the reptiles. Leave me alone," and I'll close the door.
All right.
And that's
you
my turn.
fumble for the switch, and you hear the door slide shut. And as the snarling and the growling continues around you, and you get.
And I don't dare take a shot this turn because I can't see.
You cower by the door, hoping they don't hit you. All right, your opponent Achilles tries to attempt to get your grip off him. Uh, 19. I'll get you to make me. Oh no, that's a different roll. You managed to maintain your grip on him. So he does not get out of your grip. And unfortunately, that means he cannot attack you with the weapon he has. And you two are stuck tussling with each other. Montecito can go into the regular initiative order now. And then it will be Dark Flare's turn. So let's find us in the right spot. All right, Dark Flare. I think. Yep, Dark Flare up at the top of the bridge. He sidles down the stairs a little ways, ends up right about here. He's just on the edge of your tripwire, and he's peering around. He says, "Hey, Z, you look the same as our Z. Nice. Is that the Chromium Deluxe edition on the leg? Is it? Is it? It looks like the Chromium Deluxe." And she glances over at him, says, "Yes, it's the Chromium Deluxe. Shut up!" And swings her pistol over, takes a quick shot at him. He ducks out of the way, and smirks at her, says, "I thought so. It looks so sexy on you." I can't say that to RZ, because RZ would bite my head off if I said that to her. I mean, really, you shot at me, but, come on. And he says, "Let's see what we can do here. I mean, I know you're good with the pyrotechnics, but the smoke show, that's all me, little buddy. You should know that by now. You were never good with the smoke show." And he weaves his hands in a a fancy pattern. You can see swirling lights and archaic images scatter up into the air around his hands, and he flicks them all outwards, and they scatter across the room, sending trails of smoke and gas in their wake, and they start flying around in a zipping back and forth, filling the air, once I find the right tool, with smoke and haze in this whole little area in here, leaving you guys blinded as to what he's doing. And that will bring us to the Crumb. Mr. Crumb, what would you like to do as the air is filled with a wall of fog?
Would I be able to remember like the exact position I put my tripwire in? Would I be able to like toss something over, try and set off the sticky grenade?
You could
You could
absolutely
absolutely do that.
I
What
can't
would that?
guarantee you'll succeed, but make me a ranged attack roll because you're tossing something. Pull a
Just
tool out
like
of your-
fire,
pull a
just
tool
fire
out of your pelt.
or whatever, or just
Yeah.
I clicked it, but it's not showing up.
Is your full attack option hiding behind a window somewhere? There you go. Ooh, nicely done. You toss the, you pull a wrench out of your pocket and toss it in the direction of your explosive tripwire, and it catches it. Flair watches the tool come flying out of the smoke he's created, and he sees the arc and he goes, "Oh no!" And your grenade goes off. What kind of grenade was it?
It was a sticky grenade, like what the other crumb used.
Grenade. All right, it explodes in that little area. Let's give him a reflex save to see if he can make it.
What would be the reflex save?
23. It is 10 plus level of the grenade plus
One grenade.
yeah. Get a couple other bonuses though. Yeah, you caught him off guard with it. He is standing right in ground zero, and
I also get like some more bonus if it was weapon focus +1, I think, right?
yep. Yeah, you catch him up in it. He is definitely entangled as that just spackles the stairway and the that section of the bridge with spray string style sticky bomb goo. And you hear his shout get muffled with a mouthful. And he starts trying to hack and spit it out of his mouth. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'll start creeping my way along the wall here next to Z. Or is this a wall, or is it like
Yep.
an under the walkway too, or is it just a wall?
It is under the upper part of the bridge. So yeah, it's a wall.
Okay.
You sneak around that side, and she gives you a nod. She's watching up. She can't see what's going on over there. She says, "Sounds like you got him." She's still up top, though. Yes, I am.
I'm gonna try and look at the duration of like a sticky.
I believe it's 1d4 rounds.
Yeah. Do I just roll that now?
Yeah, just roll 1d4.
Ooh, 5 rounds.
You spackled him good. All right, JJ. You still have a good solid grip on your opponent. He's taken one shot to the back already.
You're trying to see if I can end the 1-2 punch with the attack on my own now
All right.
from the front.
Sure. Try and do your trick attack. You can make a stealth roll first.
Oh yeah, stealth.
All right. Not enough to get the stealth roll in. He'll see it coming. But you take a swing. He manages to get his shoulder down in the way of that and kind of blocks it off. But he has not managed to get out of your grip yet. And he says, "Your puny attempts to attack me are worthless. You know it will take more than bits and pieces to do me in."
All in good time.
There, Crumb, up top. Is going to dash away, dash away. Dash away all. He is going to head that way down the stairs. And come out below decks. Over here. All right, that is there, Crumb. Ed. I believe it's Ed. Or is it Edwina? Sometimes it's hard to tell with these tiny tokens. It is Edwina's turn. She, seeing their flare sticky bombed into the stairs, she lets out a peal of laughter, as she obviously finds that wickedly amusing. And you hear her say over the comm, "Yeah, they don't want to give up the ship nicely, boys. I think we should finish this the fun way. I could use a hand on the bridge, though. There's 2 little troublemakers up here. Z and Crumb are being a problem." And she edges over towards the top of the stairs behind Flare and starts slowly edging down those stairs on the bridge on the opposite side from where you and Z are. You kind of hear the tapping of her feet as she makes her way over that way. Crumb. And
it's been 2 rounds, so that hollow grenade just flickers out or loses power.
all right. Did distract her for 1 shot anyway. And Umbra, back to you.
Umbra will just casually wave a hand at the intercom, shaking her head. "Look, I said I wouldn't harm you, and that's true, but that doesn't mean I have to play fair." And then she will weave time and space to manifest a flashback showing Numbra, Nefia, and her parents and her childhood. And she needs to make a fortitude save.
All right. Where'd you go? That's not you. That's not you. That's you, hiding way at the bottom. All right, she rolls an 11, which I do not think is going to be successful.
Nope, that'll be a failure. She'll be dazzled.
All right.
And then Umbra will lurch forward and hug her.
All right. You may make a grapple check as you try and wrap your arms around her. She kind of reels back, kind of fighting back against the forced memory.
I don't know what the roll is for that.
Any old melee attack will do. It's all the same roll.
Is that a finesse melee? Is that a thing?
Unfortunately, no. Let's see.
I guess roll unarmed.
Sure.
Well, what is this? Input value.
Oh, is it being crabby? There we go.
Ignore the damage because I'm not going for damage.
Yeah.
I just want to hug her.
Yeah, she manages to fight back against that well enough that she manages to keep you from getting your arms around her. But she is definitely dazzled for the round. I don't remember exactly what dazzled does. Probably right behind.
I have no idea.
Days. There we go.
Probably nothing against me because I already have the benefit, I'm sure.
Unable to act normally, take no actions, have no penalty to your AC. All right. Oh, dazzled. There we go. I was looking at the wrong one. Unable to see well, take -1 penalty to attack rolls, sight-based perception rolls. All right. So she will have trouble fighting back this round, or attempting to do anything that requires her to see. So, Monacita shouts that the little guy's gone below decks, and she chases after him. And Ed. Achilles still has his counterpart held solidly in his hands. You can hear Monacita shouting over the comms and hear her boots on the stairs this direction.
We're gonna watch, rinse, repeat. Renew, get 'em, and fire my rifle.
That is another hit. Does a little bit of damage to him. As he gets rocked forward just a little bit as you see the impact hit him there, Achilles. You too, Ed. And this sticky bomb goo here is starting to fade away. Or wear away. Let's see if I can get rid of it. There we go. All right. So you have done your thing. And the other Umbra seeing as how you are attempting to fight dirty, might just
I don't know if I
attempt
call that
to-
fighting dirty.
Oh, you decided to use magic and do other nasty things. She will, she kind of shakes her head a little bit to try and clear her vision, and mutters that two can play that game, and I will get you to make a fortitude save.
Okie dokie.
As similar memories get pulled up in your mind, only they're not so friendly and pleasant as memories of family, but memories of digging through rubble and remains in an enclosed environment suit, and coming across the battered, crushed remains of Nephia in the rubble of the halls of the living, leaving you dazzled and reeling for a round.
Thank you for showing me that.
She sneers back at you. Says just the tip of the iceberg, dear. You think you can deal with that? And Flare, your vision clears as a reptilian tail swings over your head and duck just in time for it to slam into the wall above you.
Yep. I'm like crouched beside the desk there, and I'm like looking for the little scorch mark on the one that I shot last time. I'm like, okay, I shot you last time, so I'll shoot you this time, and then I'll shoot the top one.
You pull your pistol and take a shot, and do indeed hit the reptile you were aiming at.
Okay.
Who shakes its head a little bit and glances your direction, grabs the half of the remains of the chair that one of them must have destroyed in the blind rage that the three of you were dealing with, and tosses that your direction.
Okay.
And that slams against the wall and the door above your head, sending splinters everywhere. Misses you, fortunately. And the two of them turn into a tumbling ball of scales and blows of force as they tussled with each other in the middle of the room.
All right.
Achilles, your opponent, kind of takes a moment to steady himself between the two of you, and looks between you and Ed, plants his feet, and instead of trying to fight against the grapple that you've got him in your grip, he kind of leans quickly into it and attempts to grab you, and you're pretty sure he's going to try and throw you over his shoulder towards Ed if he can get a grip on you. Let me find Achilles. So he makes a grab for you. As he does that, that gauntlet kind of springs back and retracts itself into the arm and the hand, so he can actually get his hands open. He gets his hands on you, but you manage to keep him from actually getting a hold of you. So he does not manage to break free of the grapple, but he's trying to get a hold of you as well. And that will bring us to... He's stuck for 3 rounds now, as the other flare manages to finally spit the goo out of his mouth. Says, Edwina, get me out of this crap! I hate this stuff! Crumb.
Let's see here. So this looks like just like a wall of fog, or is it filling the room?
It's just kind of like smoke zipping in the air. You're familiar with the effect. Your flare does something similar.
I'll make my way to the other side over here. Sort of wave my way through the smoke for a second, probably bumping into a chair.
Yep. You bump into the chair and the console a little bit, but you come through it safely enough. You can see Edwina up the stairs, and Flare stuck in the goo, struggling against it, slowly pulling himself loose.
Which layer is it? Do we know? She's behind Flare now, right?
Yeah. She is up the stairs from him. She is about here.
I'll attempt to throw my last grenade, like between them, just a normal frag, level 1.
Ooh, Okay.
Or just a sec. Why is that 0? What's going on?
Probably
Because
there's
you
not
just have a
actual,
separate grenade.
Okay,
you
yeah,
just
because
have
I'm
a
used to like using the craft grenade menu here.
Yep.
It's a 1d6
D6. Alrighty. So
for frag grenade.
that'll be a hit. So let's see if he's gonna fail his because he's tied up. But let's see what little Edwina does. See if she can duck back out of the way. She manages to duck back out of the way, but that leaves her up here again.
So 1d6 plus 1. Thanks, my weapon focus.
No, the weapon focus is just a hit.
Okay, so just a 1d6 damage then for grenades.
Yep. All right, that'll do a couple of points damage to the flare.
That was my last one.
Okay.
That's my turn then.
All right. You hear a shriek from Edwina as she dives for cover, and the flare gets peppered with fragments. You can see lots of slices and little places where he's bleeding from the grenade going off. And
I like motion, or before my turn ends, I'll motion for Z to go to the other stairs because it seems both of them are there now. Or I guess you can't see it.
I mean,
I just whispered to her like other stairs.
you get a quiet "got it" over the comm. She will move up to here slowly. Got a pistol out, and she comes around the top of the stairs and she takes a shot at Edwina. And let's see what a D20 tells me. That'll be a miss. Keeping Edwina's head down anyway. And that brings us to Achilles. You still have a grip on your counterpart, keeping them between you and Ed.
I'm gonna go for the drift shot.
All right. Stealth. Not enough with the stealth, but to be expected. And let's be regular. My bad eyes. That will be a hit. You managed to get a decent slice into him, and your tactic of the a bit here, bit there, chipping away seems to be having a much better effect than his wild swings with his crazy huge fist. And that will bring us to the enemy crumb. Who dashes around the corner. Ed, you see their little crumb come dashing past you. He gets to the doors at the end of the hall going into the cargo bay.
Oh crap!
Stops into the corner, brings up his grenade launcher, and you hear a boom, boom, and see a couple of canisters shoot out. One of them bounces against the wall behind you, one of them against the floor at your feet. Where'd you go, Salacious? There you are, hiding up at the top. As he fires a couple of these little suckers out. One of them bounces down the hallway and explodes over here with a spray of sticky foam that fills up the space in front of the elevator, or against the in front of the lift. The other one, however, does explode right at your feet, and does 4 points of damage, and I will get you to make a fortitude save.
Fortitude, not my good one.
And you are stunned for 1 round as the concussion grenade goes off at your feet, leaving your ears ringing and your eyes dazzled by the flash of the flashes that go along with it, and the impact of the concussion, leaving you kind of reeling a little bit in the hallway for a moment. At which point we move to Edwina up on the bridge. She fires back at Z. They trade a couple of shots back and forth, and you can hear her say, "I can't get you to you, Chief. She's got me pinned down over here." But she does move over a little bit so to get a little bit of cover from Z. And Umbra.
Umbra will shed a tear and say, "Again, thank you for showing me that. No one should have to go through that." But this isn't going to fix that or make up for it.
You see her screw her face up into a show of emotions that is a mixture between rage and an abject loss. You can see the desperation in her as as she looks past you again towards Neffy and says, "Please, come with me." And Neffia shakes her head, backing up against the window a little bit, pulling the sheets of the bed up towards her in an attempt to kind of protect herself, or huddle herself into the corner. And she shakes her head and says, "No, this isn't my place." And go ahead.
I won't go in this time. I'll just invite you, and I'll hold my hands out like a hug.
All right. She looks at you warily as her gaze kind of flicks between you and Neffia. And I get you to make me another persuasion check.
Sure.
Diplomacy, whichever. You see some of the tension seem to drain out of her a little bit, and her grip on her knife seems to loosen off just a little bit. She's not holding it quite so white-knuckled.
I'll just retain my stance as is.
All right. You do that. That brings us to Montecita, who peels around the corner and makes a reflex check to make sure she doesn't end up stuck in the sticky bomb goo that would have just exploded in front of her face. She manages to get herself stuck in the sticky bomb goo and trips and ends up trying to peel herself out of it. So that, unfortunately, is her round. Strange Ed, you see the greasy, disgusting, a little salacious kind of over by the door. Oh no, you are stunned and kind of half blinded. So you don't get any actions this round. That was easy. But yeah, as your vision starts to clear, you can see the furry little crumb over there leaping up to smack the door release for the cargo bay. And that was you two doing your things. Flare. The two reptiles are getting dangerously close to you in their enjoyment of the struggle.
I'll all right. So
the bed is
I will.
The desk is
Yeah.
the side of the desk that is next to you that's attached to the wall. It's still there, but that's it. The rest of the desk is gone.
I got you. Yeah. So I will say, well. It seems I found which reptile's mine and which one's not. The one I shot the first time didn't do anything retaliate, but you did, sir. And I will pull out my tactical baton and try to hit that one.
Okay.
The one that threw something after me after I hit him. I totally missed.
You take a swing as they tumble by in a ball of scales and get back up. Both get back up to their feet. Both look at you with eyes, pupils dilated, blown right out. You can smell the drug fueling them in the air around you as you realize you might think you know which one's yours, but they might not be sure which one's yours.
Okay.
And Achilles, once again, your opponent attempts to tear himself out of your grip. You have managed to maintain it spectacularly. He tries to tear himself free. He does not manage to do so. You are keeping him right where you want him. Maintaining your grip. That brings us to the other flare who is still pulling himself up and out of the sticky bomb goo. Crumb. You can see him struggling away over here. You can hear Z and Montecita up the stairs trading shots.
Since the last of my grenades, I switched back to my survival flare gun,
Okay.
and I'll try and set flare blaze
Okay.
with a flare.
Some of you might fit in well here, some of you less so.
Not so much luck. Just pings off the wall ahead of them, imagine.
It gets caught up in the goo and starts searing and blazing some of that, cooking some of it away, making it maybe a little bit easier for him to get out, but he's still struggling. It just didn't get to him, so it's the magnesium in it is flaring away and cooking away the strands of goo where it is. And Achilles, opponent in your group.
Oh, just a sec. I was gonna. Since he's still stuck there, I'll join Z next to Z here on the stairs.
Okay. You scooter up the stairs through the fog. and get to the top where she's kind of poking her head around the corner and taking a shot. You see another shot. Or hear a sonic blast rip past her as she ducks her head back around the stairs. Says, "What's the plan, boss?"
The other flare is still stuck there, so we should gang up on the Mrs. Strange here.
All right. Charge him on 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You two prepare to do that as the enemy Crumb opens the cargo bay door, slips inside, and out of sight. And I will go to the GM layer and put him where I want him. All right, he's there for now. And, yeah, the cargo bay doors kind of close behind him, and leaving you in the hall, Ed, with no sign of the Salacious. The Edwina up on the bridge takes another shot at Z. Sending another sonic blast your guys' direction. That one catches Z in the shoulder, and as she was getting ready to go out, she gets slammed back against the wall. Grits her teeth, lets out a little bit of a grunt, but true to form as your security officer, she takes it all in stride. Says, "Sorry, boss. Got ahead of myself." And Umbra, you are still facing your other half, as she's seems to be struggling with the decision of whether or not to take your offer or try and kill you.
Umbra will maintain the invitation. Meanwhile, she'll just kind of, again, glance as if she's looking through the door and mention, I don't know what they're doing out there. I don't know how it's going, but we should figure out some way to stop them before there's any other further loss. No one needs to feel more pain. No more suffering. That's all I got.
All right. You make that entreaty to her, and she gives one last look towards Nefia, and you see her shoulders sag. And she slumps forward towards you, dropping her knife to the ground. You hear it clang on the floor as she leans forward into your arms.
Yeah, we'll give her a nice pat. Be consoling.
At which point you feel the ground around you just feels like it gives way, and you very quickly find yourself floating. I'm going to get you to make a reflex check as you feel almost like a hammer-like weight on your chest as the air gets sucked out of your lungs, as a cloud of shadow erupts around you. You quickly bring your hands up to activate the environmental systems on your outfit that brings up the force field around your head and feel the suit pressurize around you as you feel yourself floating in, you're pretty sure, space, because you can see over the shoulder of the Umbra in your arms your ship. In fact, you can see the back of Nephia in the window that's right in front of you as the other Umbra kind of pushes you back away just a little bit and smiles as her force field suit encapsulates her head. And she reaches up and taps the comm button. She says, "Can you step too?" And the shadows that kind of cling around the two of you, as always, kind of erupt around her again briefly. And in the blink of an eye, she vanishes from sight, leaving you floating right about... grab the right tool here. Make sure you're on the right layer so that you can grab the token. Leaving you floating right about there.
Wrong one.
Oh, wrong one. That's right. Leaving you floating right about there. And she went poof. We're not sure where she is at the moment. There we go. And Montecita is stuck. Ed.
All right.
You,
quick question.
You
Last.
hear a scream through this door, and yes, your question.
Okay. Last, I knew that big gun in the cargo hold was still pointed towards the door. Was that right?
Pointed towards the airlock door. So
Okay, it's not pointed
yeah,
towards the hallway anymore.
No.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Then he's not doing what I was afraid he was about to do.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, he would have trouble doing that.
Okay.
It is a fixed position.
All right, then. If he's probably fleeing through the airlock, maybe now I'm just gonna let him go and keep focusing on the imposter Achilles.
Alrighty.
So get him and shoot. Deal with the ones that aren't running from the battle first.
Again, you catch him, and that drops him. You feel the wind go out of this guy's sails, Achilles, and his entire weight just kind of slumps down as Ed's last shot catches him in the back, and he just kind of slumps forward a little bit and down to his knees, and there's a clang as he hits the ground with his cybernetic arm, and hits the ground unconscious.
Let's go help the others.
Oh, sorry, man. Looks like you didn't beat the swan.
At which point, I believe this is where we will wrap up for this evening.
Who is down?
The enemy Achilles.
We took down one of them.
Thank you for
Good
joining.
With everyone we take down, our odds turn in our favor because now there's two of us that can go help the next person and turn this around.
All right. Thanks again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks for the next session of Drift Crashers. If you're enjoying this content, give us a like and follow the channel so that you won't miss out on any further adventures of the Drifters. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks. Have a great night.
Here's
Good
all.
night, everybody.
Thank you.